Welcome back to the 5 AI workflows to grow your B2B pipeline. In this one, we're going to be talking about AI website conversion. So, the challenge that we're going to be discussing today is this idea that on average, the majority of people visiting our websites are not willing or ready to fill out our forms. So just starting new conversations with this big group of people has the opportunity to open up an entirely new lead channel for our business at relatively low cost, which is great. But the things that I want you guys to consider is that how we do this matters. So there are a lot of AI web chats out on the market, and some of them are specifically designed to help with customer success and answering customers' questions on the spot, and that's great. But if we're really trying to use a prospect's interest and nurture that into a booking, we probably need a different approach. So that's what we're going to talk about in this training. Now, with all of our different modules, we try to provide you guys with calculators. Why? Because before we're doing any work, AI or not, we want to make sure you guys know and feel like you have a real business building block that you can attach to this. So we'll provide this as a handout, take it, fill it out, and figure out, hey, if we get these conversations going, do we really have the opportunity to bring a sizable number of people in? Now, once you've done that and said like, okay, yes, I think this could be something for us, I'm going to walk you through the steps for success. So think about this as the best practices and strategies that we've seen people implement to win in this channel. And then once we walk you through those more general pieces, we're going to actually jump directly into an AI agent builder. We're going to give it prompts, and we're going to show you the types of interactions that you guys can get. So step 1, we're going to identify the top pages and sync that with the hooks. So the way to think about this is your site is probably lined up to different parts in a buyer's journey. And you want the way the AI pops up and introduces itself to reflect that. Because rather than saying, hey, you got any questions, you want to immediately start by drawing them into a specific type of discussion, right? And that discussion might be different on your homepage versus your pricing page. The second one, you want to give your AI clearly prompted objectives so that it knows what it's trying to do across the course of that conversation. Think about this as kind of training a new hire, right? Hey, we're going to want to find out this, then we're going to want to find out this. And the cool thing is we can add so much contextual relevance to these prompts. And we can, again, we're giving the AI some freedom, but we're also doing that within a framework that lines up to your sales playbook. And once we've told them, okay, these are your objectives, we need to go figure these things out. At the same time, we're able to prompt in instructions on what to do based on what that lead or prospect or buyer says, right? So they're qualified if this, and then they go, I'm making it up to a sales rep. Or maybe they're a smaller, team, or maybe their buying intent is super low right now. They're just looking. Great. Send them to a self-serve video or a video on demand. So you can actually start to explain to the AI, this is what happens, right? Based on these different types of conversations. And that's what's allowing you to create a much more dynamic buyer-seller journey than maybe we have in the past, where we've been focused more on sequences and scripts and if-then flows. Then once we've done that, we also want to make sure our AI is synced directly into key systems like our CRM, like our calendars, so that it can make that routing and that booking quick and seamless and easy for that buyer, right? Once they are qualified, we want them to just be able to say, Thursday's great, right? And then the rest just happens. And then similarly, we want that AI to be able to follow that lead, that meeting into the full system and make sure that it's ready for that human-to-human handoff, right? So we want the AI confirming and reminding them of the appointment. We want it uploading that conversation that it just had to the rep or the closer that it's sending this person onto. We want it to potentially update the lead status in the CRM so that other automations can now kick off. So those are kind of the best-in-class principles and practices as you're going to set this up. Now we're going to actually jump into the AI workflow builder, and we're going to walk you through what something like this could look like. So now I'm going to hop into this and show you how to take all of those principles we just talked and actually prompt and put them in to an AI web chat that can run this conversation. All right, so we have the AI agent builder. We've got the workflow. We've already set it up, right, with its role. We've set it to web chat. You can even tweak things either through prompting or through selection on tone and what kind of role they have. So you can add all that information up here. But let's, like I said, focus in on how we want to craft this conversation. So first thing is that introduction, which, we talked. We want that to be very tight. And we don't want it to be, hey, do you have any questions, right? We want it to start a conversation. So in this example case, let's say it's an SEO agency and they want to know, Are you currently working with another company or are you just getting started? Why is that important, right? They can kind of figure out the maturity out of the gate and where this person is. Okay, cool. So you see that standard hook right there. Now let's work through some objectives. So the first one, determine if they plan to continue investing in SEO or what their interest is. And you can see these guys have given it very specific instructions. So determine how much they're looking to spend on SEO or paid ads. If they ask for a suggestion, let them know. We have pricing options starting between $2,500 and $5,000, but we can better tailor their needs once we learn more. If they ask to speak with a person, let them know you're happy to do that. You just need this information before moving on, right? So we're literally telling the AI what to do to achieve this objective. And then, as we talked about before, what is the qualification criteria? They are ready to spend at least $1,000 per month, right? Notice it didn't say, ask them if they're spending $1,000, but it said, hey, just find out how much, and here's what we're looking for. And that, again, is what is so unique about using AI to do this. It can use its understanding, its contextual understanding, to determine what we're really doing. And then we have this disqualification action, right? Because what if they're not going to meet our spend threshold? Well, we want to encourage them to look at Noble content for $99 a month. They have a self-serve product, right? They don't need to go to sales. And by the way, that's okay. Or maybe there's other information that they should read, before they're in a better buying state. And it even gave them an example message they could send, as well as the link to that product. And then the next objective they had was it wants to collect information so that they can have that quote, so that they can generate that, which I think is really cool, right? This isn't even qualify, disqualify. This is discovery. So figure out which domain they're using and their most important goals for the campaign. And, they just answer the question, right? And they're ready to go. And then the last one is suggest an expert call. So I love this objective because it doesn't say, great, they're qualified, ask them to fill out something, right? They haven't said, I want to meet with someone. That part has not occurred yet. And so this instruction is ask them if they're open to a call with an expert who can help figure that out. And if they're open, then we're going to offer times to meet from the routing pool of reps that make sense for this lead, right? Because all of those calendars are connected. And then, this team has uploaded knowledge documents, but they've also uploaded very specific objection handlings so that if any of these questions come in, just like you're training a rep, you know how they're going to get answered. Cool. So this conversation is ready to go. Now let's kick over here. Now what you'll see over here is a previewer. And I highly recommend, no matter what platform you choose one that allows you to run some simulations, test this conversation, because these are not scripts, right? This is a real AI conversation, but you still need to know what your buyer is going to see before they see it, because you may realize you need to make some changes. Okay, so we're back at the hook. Are you just getting started? Let's say I'm just getting started. Okay, cool. What's your budget for SEO or paid ads? So we have options. So it's giving me, kind of a range. And now, let's say I'm unqualified. Or like, we were thinking, we would just get started with 500. All right. So it's going to go ahead and say, hey, sorry, this may not be a fit yet. And it's going to do what it's supposed to. It's going to send me to my self-serve product. Maybe I click on that and get some value, and they can upsell me later. But now let's try it with a qualified lead. So in this case, let's say I'm still just getting started. But maybe, I just raised and now I have the budget. I'm thinking, in this one, it just asked, right? Before it was giving me a range. Now it's just asking. So it's throwing stuff out there. I'm thinking 5K. Right, so I don't even have to put real, numeric numbers in there. I can just say something of 5K. Awesome, good starting point. By the way, could you share your name, right? So one of the things that you can also prompt in is in those instructions, hey, give and get some information here. So I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, it's Maddie. Awesome, could you let me know the domain you're interested in? Cool, so that's Maddie at scheduler.ai. And in this one, you'll note I didn't answer the full question. So the AI has not achieved its objective. What are your goals? Okay, cool. We really want to increase inbound leads fast. So, there's some pain. There's some intentionality here. Cool. And the reason that's important is, remember, these conversations should be getting pushed back into the CRM. So when the rep comes in, they already know, okay, she wants to get it fast. I wonder why it's fast. And you can even program that deeper discovery. But okay, are you open to a call with one of our experts? There's that objective. Sure. Right? So all I have to do is say sure here. I don't have to fill anything out. Cool. Well, if we're going to meet, could you send me, your email? All right. Okay. So fair exchange of information. And then now, even though it was programmed to go to a specific rep and round robin, because it's got that calendar connect, you can pull those times. And now all I have to say is something as easy as tomorrow is great. Cool. So now that gets logged in and the AI says, great, I've sent an invite for the time below. I've sent a confirmation email. Please accept it on your calendar. And so now when that rep walks in tomorrow at 10 a.m., this meeting is on there, but that whole conversation can be logged directly back into HubSpot or Salesforce or anything else like that. Because again, we're making that transition from the AI to the humans. So let's say, you've tested this, you feel really good. Okay, this is great. Most AI agent builders are going to give you the code, right? So you can just copy and paste, you can brand it, copy and paste it, and then boom, stick it right on the homepage to start more conversations. So again, if you did the calculator, you like these principles, I hope you guys all go out and add these AI web chats to your homepage to have the right conversations, to really open up a new channel and book more meetings. But also stay tuned. We have a few more AI workflows in the next set of videos. Thank you guys so much.